And we're back, podcast number 40. Welcome. We are not in studio, as you can see, if you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, then
doesn't matter. But come watch it on YouTube too.
Yeah, you could be number 31.
Right. Yeah. Besides this, all the hunts and stuff are on there. Shed hunts, turkey hunts, deer hunts, fishing, all sorts of good stuff. So I'm excited for some of the projects we're going to do this summer.
I am too. I am very, very excited. I think it's going to be a blast. We've added a few more people to the team. You'll start seeing them, and we'll maybe get them to get on a podcast with us. Who knows?
Yeah. The one I'm excited for that's not that one is I've talked to a couple guys about doing one of our biggest videos is a stupid video that I thought was dumb and pointless, and Greg's like, we should probably do it because I look at them all the time, are like equipment rundowns, setups, walk-arounds. The one I'm referring to is our little CR John Boat walk-around video, and it makes total sense why it has the views that it does, because if you're in the market for something, the first thing you're going to do is hop on YouTube and search it.
In our case, it is a 1448?
I believe so.
A 25 horse Merc jet and a whale tail. If you don't know what a whale tail is, it helps get up on plane. It sits down by the jet itself, and it's a bolt on. So does it help? Yes.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It does what we need it to do for our style of fishing. So it works perfect.
Yeah, it's a little boat, beat the crap out of it, but people have the same, they want something they can afford, and that's the case there. So people search it and they come up with a video of me walking around the side of my garage, and then you threw some videos of us fishing on it. So yeah, it works.
But we got a lot of different guys and gals on the team, and a lot of them fish. A lot of them have fishing boats. Way more into it than we are. But I know, what is there, 100 times more people that fish than hunt? Probably something like that. So why not have our team do walk-arounds of their boats? Side by sides. They're your hunting setups, like all your four-wheelers, all the tractors, all your different
implements. Yeah,
all your inputs.
Yeah, all your inputs.
So and I mean that goes down to, God, you could do it with bows. You could do a complete run, a 5-10 minute video on your bow setup. So and I may do that. Mine's still up in Sparta getting made, but when it gets here, I'm gonna put it together.
There you go. I'm gonna shoot my Triax because it kills deer.
Yeah, they all kill deer.
I'd probably still be shooting fingers if it wasn't for you. So
I'd hope by this point you would not be doing that anymore, but who knows?
I do love my Cobra release. I don't even know what kind it is, but it works.
Oh yeah. I tried to use the thumb releases for years and it just didn't work. And then shot a regular finger release forever. And then the last 2 years I've been shooting a thumb release, and I really like it. I found one that fits, found one that works right, and I love it.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by anybody for releases, but this is what I use. Jesse tried it, didn't like it, but
yeah, I couldn't get it to go right. It just wouldn't work for me.
Not sure what kind it is, but yeah, it's Cobra. Yeah. So have some cool videos coming out. I think I'm gonna do a walk around of my Polaris Ranger with my sprayer. I know Mitch has a custom sprayer that he made. Some PVC. Mine's store bought, but it works really good. 45 gallons and on the back of a Polaris Ranger 500. So it does the plots that I need it to do. Anything bigger, you might need to, fill up the sprayer a few more times, but it's exciting.
Oh, how big of a tank do you think I can put on my 4-wheeler?
You could probably put a 20 on the front and a 20 on the back. I would not put a 45 gallon tank
No,
back.
I have two 15s, but I don't have them set up. Like I have the back system set up, but I don't know what I would do with the front to make it work out of the back. Like I could probably look at a YouTube video and it would
Yeah,
tell me how to do it.
you could. Yeah, if you're just, you could also just take that tank with you, fill it up, and then use it as a reservoir. So
Right.
and
Yeah.
mix
I
site.
thought about maybe looking, marketplace or something, see if I could find like a 25 gallon. Cause I think if I had 25 gallons, that's probably perfect. Um, but then again, I wouldn't, besides the initial like kill spraying something, I don't need 25 gallons. Like 15 is perfect for my clover plot, but trying to kill an acre of grass where I want to put corn, 15 isn't enough.
No, not at all.
So, I need at least double that.
Or
So,
just come pick me up and I'll come spray it. This thing it's boomless, so it doesn't have the booms that go out, and it sprays 15 foot. So it does
okay.
get, it is well worth the money. So
Okay.
yeah. So talking about videos, are we going to drop one of the other ideas that you and I talked about? Do we want to release that?
I'm all for it. I mean, why not get people a little bit excited and, they've kind of seen some of the stuff over the years, but I think we can go for it.
So there's another company. We're kind of piggybacking off of their idea, but we're going to do our own, and we're going to have a Outdoor X trophy room kind of video going on. Um, it's going to be, ours will probably be a little bit more in depth because you have a lot of videos in the past
Right.
of hunting. So it'll be kind of cool. We'll show you our trophy rooms, which Jesse's man cave is what he's sitting in now.
Right.
In my garage, so it'll be kind of cool. It's
Yeah, it's different, and it doesn't have to just be deer, like some of these guys are huge fishermen and have, walls full of trophy fish and, you know, just so many different things. It doesn't have to be broken down into just deer. It can be, a gun collection, kind of break some of that stuff down, you know, sheds,
we
ton,
just
ton.
we like to share our stories with each particular deer, and that's going to go into depth with each deer, each fish, each turkey,
Yep.
grandpa's gun, etc. So it'll just be kind of a roving segment. um, Greg Ryan will probably jump in, Mitch, all the guys, all the team that wants to do it. It'll be exciting to see their trophy room, their setups. I know. I take pictures if I see something cool. I'm like, all right, eventually I'm at my own house. This is what I want to do for my trophy room. So I already told Jen when we build, I get my own space.
Right. Yeah, you have to. I mean, if you got time to do it and the area to it. This room that I'm in actually was originally when I finished it because it was an unfinished part of our basement. I made it for a workout room. And the kids were younger, they had like a little gymnastics mat and all that stuff and gymnastics bar and beam and they were gonna that's what this was gonna be. And I get done and I'm like, this might be a perfect little man cave. So I gave up a 12 by 12 for a 8 by 12. And now I wish with all the deer mounts I have, I would have kept the 12 by 12. I'd have a few more walls to put stuff on.
Yeah, it's kind of crammed in there, but it looks good. You've done a good job of placing things where they need to be and not make it look cluttered. But you have a lot of deer heads in a kind of a small area.
Yeah, and this is just I'm to the point now I can't fit any more deer heads in this room and I don't have my big 8 back from Dylan yet. So one of these is getting demoted.
There you go.
So, and it's sad to say I think it's my big 7-pointer that I shot a few years ago with my bow. I love that deer. But
He'll have to go.
We'll
So
have to get put back in the overflow. But you killed the turkey.
I did. It was kind of a, oh, hey, the turkeys showed up, and they showed up. There was 8 toms. What was I going to do? I was going to get maybe Gen medicine or get something from the store last weekend on Saturday morning. I was getting something for maybe the apple trees. I was going to Tractor Supply. And
Okay.
on my way, I was driving past farm I can hunt, and the guy, I texted the guy, I said, "Hey, can I turkey?" I was like, "Yeah, you can go for a couple days." So he kind of left that out there. I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll go when there's turkeys there." And I drove by, and there's one tom strutting, and another's running towards the other tom, and then I drove by a little further. There's 3, then there's 2 more. There was a ton of turkey activity. So I told our Snapchat group, I go, "Well, how long will it take for me to kill a turkey?" And it was longer than I suspected, because when I got back there, they were gone. I think someone drove by and boogered them, but we were coming back from Lowe's. We picked up some plants that we actually planted tonight. Jen felt good enough, so we planted her plants in the garden and in flower beds, etc. Anyway, so I dropped Jen and Jace off and drove down, got out, and I ended up reaping. There was 4 toms, and I got my reaper that you and I made.
Yep.
And things killed a lot of turkeys. It's killed 2 this year. One of our teammates used it, Aaron Hendricks, and he shot a bird over it. And I just crouched down, walked right at him. He broke off from the flock, and I didn't have any video equipment but my phone. So I took a Snapchat and I said, "Hey, when should I shoot him?" And he got like 10 yards, maybe closer. I laid my phone down and stuck the reaper in the ground. And the first shot, I did not miss. I rolled him, and that was my one hunt that I actually went out myself. And the other ones I've been taking Jace, and we've had coyotes come in. The neighbor shot at one of his turkeys. We didn't hear turkeys for the first 2 out of the 3 times. So, hopefully we can turn his luck around and get him a turkey, get him an opportunity at a turkey, but it's not over yet.
It hurts a little more when you're trying to get your kid on a bird and it doesn't work, because we've killed a lot of turkeys. We've killed a lot of turkeys together, and it hurts when you don't get your kid on one. Like it really does. Like when I started taking Sophie, we went 2 years without seeing a bird. Not even seeing a Tom or a Jake, and only hearing a couple. And we went a lot more then than we do now. And I think it was opening day, the 3rd year of taking her, we went with you and had a freaking perfect hunt.
Yeah, that's Jace is not to the age yet where he can be very mobile. Maybe in 3 or 4 years we can do that, but it's got to be a blind. And me, I hate packing in blinds, all the decoys. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go sit in a blind that I already have, and I'd rather drive an hour than get up an hour early to get a blind set. And it's part of it's laziness, but also it's so much easier riding the Tour V down to the in-laws and jumping out and walking to the blind with 3 decoys. So
yeah,
the access is super easy, and there's turkeys there. Just they come and go. So
right. And that's like my uncles. We were gonna go in the morning. I don't know. It might rain really bad, so we'll see. I'll get up. I'll get up at 5, which the first Tom I've had on camera since the day after I shot my bow bird showed up today, and he wasn't there till like 9:30, and then he was there at 1. So I'm like, we don't have to get down there right away. Like, we can get down there at the tail end of the rain, walk 150 yards, put up the blind in the field. They're probably going to come out to the open.
yeah, if it's raining, for sure. But
it looks like a pretty good storm, but we'll see.
I'll be sleeping in.
Yeah,
Do you
I honestly, the more I
feel the
think about it in my head, the more I'm like, you know what? Let's just sleep in and drive down at like 7 o'clock. Like, let you sleep. We'll get up, hit Casey's, get some donuts, some coffee, drive down in the daylight. They're not going to be gobbling in the rain, you know. I have two blinds set up in the timber, but if that Tom, and there's been a hen there almost every day for the last 2 weeks.
yeah, and I get out a lot. Aaron gets out a lot. Seems that the last week and a half, right after these rains, I mean, it is, you can drive around and there's turkeys in the fields. Like, so if you can get there, rain's letting up, there's a pretty good shot that you're going to hear, see, maybe even shoot one. But you did shoot one since the last time haven't discussed that.
Yeah, Christian, one of the teammates, I've been talking to him back and forth like all season, and he's got a lot of farms to turkey hunt up where he lives, and one of them, we get all these trail cam pictures of this red gate with a blind in the background. The amount of birds that walk in front of that trail camera. I mean, he sent us pictures of like 8 longbeards in front of this blind at like 4 feet, and he shot his last bird and was tagged out. The video just dropped. It's got 5 beards. The turkey's crazy big. And he's like, "You want to come up? Tomorrow's opening day of 4th season. You want to come up?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." Well, it's a 2-hour drive for me. So I was up at like 2:45, drove all the way to his house, and we sat that gate farm. And he's like, "Well, they're not there right away. They don't roost here, but they always rotate through." And we sat for probably 3 hours and had 2 hens, in our laps. The only gobbles we heard were on the other side of the road, so we bailed. Um, Went and got McDonald's breakfast and kind of drove around to some of his spots. And he was showing me where he shot his bird. And on the other side of the road were 3 longbeards walking to that field, and we were able to sneak all the way around and get to the blind, put stuff in the blind, and we go to put out the decoys, and we're putting up the DS4Ks, and he's like, "Don't move." I'm like, "What?" He's like, the birds are in the field already." We thought this was going to be like a 45-minute to an hour. They'll piddle around, and then maybe eventually we can call them across. I mean, it's a busy road, but they were on a mission, and we had put the decoys out first, and so we just lay down in the decoys. My Sitka backpack is like in the decoy spread, and we like crawl backwards, get in the blind, and those 3 birds commit all the way to the decoys. I can't believe it worked.
Did he videotape it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
not yet. That's exciting.
Yeah, that hunt dropped this morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. It just, like, I started moving and I was like, "Oh crap." Because I shot it with, and this is the coolest part, I shot it with my great grandpa's Stevens bolt action 410. Like, I'm not a big 410 guy. I'm not a big fad turkey hunter. Like, they're like, "Oh, 410's the best thing you can ever do. It's so light, blah, blah, blah. You can still shoot them 40 yards." I never bought on that, but once it turned legal in Iowa, I was like, "I'll shoot one with my great grandpa's gun." And the thing's over 90 years old. Damascus barrel. It's pretty slick. It's sweet. And yeah, I put some TSS in it and shot it a couple times, and I killed this bird at almost 30 yards and just dumped him.
Nice.
So
That's
that
cool.
was the coolest part.
Yeah, I will say with the 410s, I've shot Jace's at 40 yards, and the patterns, those guys are right. Like, I would still use my
Right.
12 gauge because it's what I know, and killed a lot of turkeys with it. And you've seen me shoot a few turkeys out there a ways.
Oh
So
yeah.
the 410 it's light, it's nice, especially for kids, but I'm going 12 gauge all day, and I have a 12 gauge that my grandpa gave me. It's almost too nice to take out. It's a DU edition, I think it's a, oh shoot, what do you call it? The 12 gauge with the hump on the back. You know,
Oh, it's a Browning A5.
5. Yeah. Yep. So
Yeah, you could take it out of blind and thump a bird with it.
yeah,
One of those, like, make sure it's not going to rain or any of that. But
I took it.
I completely redid this 410. Like, the stock was cracked down it. I sanded everything down, filled it up, glued it up, restained it, reblued the barrel, all that stuff. So I
It's
put a lot of work into it.
it's sentimental value. And
Oh yeah,
when my grandpa passed, I took his shotgun out and went pheasant hunting with it. Probably one of the daisies, my dog's last bird hunt, and we didn't kill anything. But it was every time I was like, oh, there's, I got to walk in this opening. I don't want to get it scratched. And
yeah.
it was kind of cool hunt. But I'm glad you shot one with it. That's neat.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's we've killed a bunch of turkeys. I'd hate to know how many spring birds I've killed, and it doesn't make me any better of a hunter than anybody else. But that I'm almost now for the experience of it. The little things to me are more important than the actual kill of the bird and all that. So that it definitely means a lot more. Like I have 90% of the birds I kill, pull the beards and the spurs off, and I take the fan and I nail it out in the garage. But I'm probably going to use the skull hooker mount, like I have on that Merriam up there, and I'm going to mount it in my hunting room. It's just got this shotgun shell and all that. I got a really nice picture of it, and I'll make a special spot for it.
I'm kind of like you as far as turkeys, probably even more extreme. I used to be gung ho and I have to go and sit, and I just almost burned myself out. Now, just I'll go a few times a year, and we don't do turkey camp anymore, which that was part of the fun that we had.
Right.
I mean, we did that for I don't know how many years in a row, 6, 7, maybe more than that.
Yeah, it was fun. Maybe we see if we can figure out a way to do a outdoor X turkey camp and get a few guys together and even if we go to like Rathbun or Red Rock or something, just hunt a bunch of public. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, we could do that. Stay at dogs.
Yeah.
As your
Yeah.
pet. Yep, that was a good time. We stayed 4 or 5 different places.
Oh yeah. Killed a lot of birds. I mean, man, talk about awesome ground and crazy turkey numbers.
Yeah, one of the first years we all used archery equipment. I think
Yep.
like 22 long beers is what we killed.
Yeah, and only a few shotgun kills, like very few.
I think that year is when you and I doubled up,
Yeah.
and there's no audio in the video.
Right. Yeah, it was one of those things. It's just a crazy awesome hunt. Had what, 3 birds come in, you dumped yours. I shot, and right when I shot, he went to spur yours, and I shot over him, and then was able to get another arrow on it. And when he circled back around, I shot him as he was walking away.
Yeah,
It was just like, oh my god, that just happened.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
You
Yeah, we've
know,
had some fun hunts.
yeah. I'm in hunting with Christian reminded me of like how much I like hunting with people. Like at least turkey hunting, deer hunting. It's just everyone's so busy. Like we've filmed together a few times, but it's normally when somebody doesn't have a tag.
Right.
Very seldom have we hunted together where we're both having tags.
Yeah, or I've had a big deer to hunt. You're like, oh, I'll go sit with you one night, and
Yeah.
so
Yep, for sure. But I'd love to try to figure out a OXM turkey camp. That'd be a freaking blast.
yeah, set it up. Let's do it. I need to start working, go back to work full time, so I can save up some vacation.
Yeah, I think there's a couple team members that might be up for it. That might be able to host. I think John has a lot of ground in Missouri and Iowa, and if we wanted to put something together, he may just be able to wrangle up a few more farms in a certain area and be able to hold 8 to 10 of us for a weekend or something.
Yeah, we got enough contacts. We can maybe make it happen.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think that's a goal for next year is to try to do a little bit more team stuff instead of it just being a a few days at the Deer Classic when people can make it. Let's try to kill some birds
Maybe even go golfing.
or
We kind
fishing.
of, in team, it's not a beef, but it's who's, you know, I think Dylan and I were talking smack to a couple of other guys about golf, and that'd be kind of fun down in Rathbun. They got a nice course down there, so maybe that we can work that into.
How come I wasn't in that conversation?
You're good for the first 9, then you fall apart because you get too loose.
Yeah, I'm like the opposite of most golfers. Like I'm better when I haven't swung a lot, and then halfway through I'm like, oh yeah, and then it just goes away.
You just need to go to the range and have someone that can, teach you that's better than me, and so
Yeah, it's fun. If I don't need another serious hobby. That's the last thing I need. I would never be home.
I I don't need one either, but I catch myself looking at golf carts on Marketplace at 4 in the morning when I can't sleep, or after I just cleaned up the dog's puke or poop and puppy that. Yeah, so yeah, I've seen a few. If anybody wants to buy a golf cart, I've been looking at Marketplace. I can send you a link or two.
Yeah, it'll be bad enough once we start fishing, but you need to come over and golf here. I get a couple free rounds every year at a pretty darn nice course in town, so
Yeah, I'll make it happen. It's a Monday through Friday gig, right?
you might be able to do it on the weekends. It just kind of depends. It's a little bit different now, so it's all through an app, and I need to go. I need to play a couple more rounds at a crappy golf course before I go rip up their freaking tee boxes.
We can play at best ball.
It's the only way to do it. I didn't know there was a normal way. I didn't know you did it other ways.
Okay.
I thought that's just how everybody played golf.
Yeah.
It's always best ball.
Yeah. I play best ball more than probably more than actually golfing for a round for myself, no doubt.
Yeah, it's just fun. Like I said, I don't take it serious. I mean, there's times if you want to take it serious, you can, and I get that, but I'm definitely not good enough to be too serious about it.
Yeah, shoot, we got second place, second flight.
Yep.
Brandon's tournament. That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, I look forward to that every year, and I think they're switching it up next year, so
Yeah, I think he's moving it a month or two.
yeah, so it'll be warm. That'd be nice.
Good. That's good. So
awesome. Well, we'll see if what the rest of the team does on the home stretch of turkey season, and very soon we will be transferring into all the summer fun stuff: food plots, stand prep, trail cameras, fishing. Hopefully, a lot of fishing. So,
and we cannot wait to bring you new content from these new cameras that are coming out. It's going to be absolutely kick ass.
I mean, we can say it, right?
Yeah, that's
they're out, or at least
the release date's out, or maybe that's the pre-order date. But we posted on our Facebook page the new flashback cameras from Stealth Cams, new white flash. So
I love white flash so much.
Yeah, they are badass. If I can say that.
I'm excited. Like I have so many cameras, it's not even funny. I have 30 of them in a box, like still in boxes. The Wild Game 2.0s that I love. I love those cameras. But God, I love white flash.
These, yeah, they're phenomenal cameras, and I have 2 boxes. I actually had to take them out of the big box, the Wild Game, because I got water in my garage from all the rain. So I had to. They're sitting up drying. But yes, I agree with you. The white flashers, they're a game changer. We can't wait to show you pictures from them once they release, and we can get some in our hands and in our team's hands. And it's one thing I will say about white flash. When I first started out running a lot of cameras in college, I had a white flash. I think it was a while. It scared the crap out of me when I was walking in my stand. Just the flash.
You got to remember. You got to remember where they're at.
Knowing something's there, it's like, oh, what is that? Is that a squatch?
Right. So, or the worst part is if you walk by them first, you like go by your opening like on a trail on the way there and pop.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Yep. It's exciting, and we can't wait to
Yeah,
show
I'm
you
ex-
here.
yeah, I'm really excited for that because it's God, color nighttime pictures are just unmatched. I don't care what anybody says. Color nighttime pictures are where it's at.
Yep. We kept asking, and
I've
by
been asking for 3 or 4 years since we've been working with
yeah,
GSM.
we've
Hey,
been
Chris, come on,
we've been
let's work this out.
no doubt we've been harping on them what they need, and they finally gave it to us. So not yet, but soon. I think
Yep.
release. I'm not sure if it was a release date or if it was a pre-sale date, that video that we just shared on our Outdoor X page.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But the other new camera that's coming out, they have
Revolver?
they have pre-sale for the Revolver and the Revolver Pro, which takes, I want to say, 5 or 6 pictures, and you can see the whole panoramic pictures, and you can put them up in the middle of a food plot and get everything surrounding. So that's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, it'll be awesome for food plots for sure.
Yeah, you just need one camera there, and you can set it to. I'm guessing there's going to be but it triggers, so that it's got a sensor on. It triggers everything, but I'm guessing you can probably do like a time lapse too.
That's what I think would be awesome if you could put it in the middle of a field and put it on time lapse like once every minute and have it just take us, one go around of pictures every minute, and then you can kind of get a feel of where the deer are coming from, where they're getting into the field, and
Yep, technology, man. That's pretty sweet.
yeah,
I
I'm here for it.
One thing I think I guess I probably shouldn't say it. I have an idea for next year regarding turkeys. So maybe they'll incorporate that, but I'll tell you in person.
Right. Awesome.
All
Sweet.
right.
I'm gonna finish getting stuff ready for tomorrow, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, we're sleeping in till 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then driving down. So
There you go. Well, good luck. Send us some snaps.
we'll do
Eat a lot of donuts.
just one or two.
Okay. See ya.
Later.